Hi, everyone. This is Lynn Madison, and I am thrilled to be spending just a moment here with you to let you know about a course that we're going to be doing soon called Representing Buyers with Confidence. This course is new. We're creating it together, myself and Louisiana REALTORS, and we're going to be looking at where we are today after the NAR settlement, after the changes to Louisiana license law, while we're still dealing with some of the class action lawsuits that are coming in from the buyers. So when you attend with us, you're going to gain real world guidance you can put to work immediately, along with insights on how to use the Louisiana Realtors forums and broker resources in your day-to-day business. So we're going to briefly look at the current changes to the Code of Ethics that were made, and there were a lot of them, but I want you to know what they are because they're impactful. And what was changed in Louisiana license law. And we'll take a brief look at the forms and the contracts that are available. We're then going to segue into your value proposition. I know across the country, not just in Louisiana, that many agents who have not been using buyer representation agreements in the past are struggling with getting the buyers to sign the buyer representation agreements. I want you to think for just a moment. When you walk into a seller's home and you want to list their property, do you walk in, put the listing agreement on their kitchen table, and say, sign here without having a seller consultation? You do not. And you will not be able to do it on the buy side either. We have to reformat how we do this. So we're going to look at thoroughly discussing how you create your unique value proposition so that both you and your clients understand what it is that you do for them. And then we'll segue into getting the buyer representation agreement signed. It is so much easier to get it signed when they understand what you're doing for them. And it's not what they found on the internet that you do for them, because the internet is, I'm stopping there. I'm not finishing that sentence. You already know how to finish it yourselves. They're not getting good information there. I will also be creating for you, I've already created many of them, but we're working on them now, tools that will be available for you to use. One of them is called 10 Steps to Building Your Unique Value Proposition, to give you some assistance with that if you haven't thought about it or put it into a cohesive format. I have something for you called Why Meet Before We Tour? 10 reasons a buyer consultation sets you up for success. It is a buyer education tool you can send to your buyers when they contact you so they understand why you're asking for this buyer consultation. They just want to run out and look at houses. I know that, but that's not how we need to do it any longer. It's got to change. I have a buyer's pledge of performance for you, something that you will be able to change however you choose to change it, but it's a sample of what you are committing to do for them. See, I don't think they're going to commit to you till you commit to them. We also have for you something called Why Having a Qualified Agent on the Buy Side Benefits the Seller. I created this because so many sellers are still saying they do not want to pay the buy side compensation. Most of our buyers do not have the extra funds after they're done paying their down payment and closing costs to pay our buyer compensation. So this is something you can use, an educational piece you can use if it's your seller or another agent's seller, and you can send it to that agent and say, maybe you might want to talk to your seller about this. And then I created something, and I'm still working on it, so there'll be more, a buyer representation agreement at a glance handout. So I took your longer of your 3 buyer representation agreements, because I figured if we did the long one, the 2 shorter ones are easier, to explain to the buyers. I'm not at all suggesting that you don't go through the buyer representation agreement thoroughly. But this is just 2 or 3 sentences, maybe only 1 sentence in some cases, that describes what that paragraph is about. Because it's lengthy, it gets complicated. I'm not even sure some of us as agents understand everything that's in there. So we've got a lot of tools for you. We've got a lot of discussion we're going to be able to have. We're going to try to get all of this done in an hour and a half. I know, good luck with that. But I hope you can join us on August 13th. So whether you're looking for a refresher or want to sharpen your buyer representation skills, this webinar will provide the knowledge and tools you need to better serve your clients and to protect your business. I hope to see all of you there. And I'm really looking forward to being back with you again. Thanks. See you then. Bye.